Absolutely perfect place to start.
Perfect place, Sarge.
Look at that guy. Look at him.
Look at that old man.
Let me get my white party cup here.
Got my panda for my bamboo-ness over here.
Good morning. Hello.
Morning.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you, good sir?
I'm pretty good. This is a slit handle.
We got soft touches.
Silk touch times 4.
Silk touch times 4.
Yeah.
At least.
I wouldn't with Sarge.
You don't trust him down there at all?
No, I don't. That's why I'm keeping mine right here on my belly.
Alright. I shall use my belly as well.
Cradling it like a child.
That's how you cradle a child?
Yeah, you put their legs like this, hold the bottom, and then hold their chest.
Like that?
Yeah.
The panda looks comfy though on his dad.
Yeah. This is Chow, by the way. All my pandas are named Chow for chow mein. Yeah. If you watch our stream at any point, I have a little panda with a little... I'm going to call him a duck because the duck that's on my stream is named Maine, so it's Chow and Maine.
Chow and Maine. They're pretty good guys.
They're pretty cool.
Known them for a few years now.
Oh, okay.
Well, welcome to our
BotCast.
To the BotCast. We're going to figure out, we don't have an intro yet, you know.
No.
Figuring things out.
Made a song. BotCast.
That could be the intro track to the mix.
Sarge's named Comfy. I don't know if you guys can see him.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Sarge's in the shot right now. Oh, if he is,
he's looking
sorry,
at himself.
I see that.
Sorry, buddy. I know you. Oh, that's just. I hate when he makes that noise. Just. He's just
so
staring
mad
at us
at
off
you right
camera
now.
right now. How do I give him love?
You always give the boys and the doggos love.
Mm-hmm. Alright, do you want to start with who you are first?
You want me to go first?
Yeah, you can go first.
Alright, well, hi. My name is Parker, and then I go by PorksDork online. We got some like little questions here for each other to get to know us more on the gaming scene. We'll get into other sort of conversations and background about us in future episodes. We're thinking we're gonna stick mostly video games and a little anime, a little food, lots of anime. But the first game,
a little food.
A little food.
We're all food.
We're all food. Last night we went to a
hibachi
place, and it was just delicious.
That was fantastic. I wouldn't say the name of the place. I don't want people to know where we're at.
Mm-mm.
We don't need any crazy people coming after us.
What do you think of the Rangoons sidetracking here?
Fantastic. What do you think of the dumplings?
They were pretty fire.
Yeah, I forgot that the dumplings had their own sauce.
Mm-hmm.
I just use soy sauce.
They're still getting soy sauce though.
Oh, they're fire.
Came back on track. Yeah, I've been playing since I can remember, from when I was young, playing on my Sega.
Yeah.
I had the Sega with the Sonic Pinball.
I just want you all to know that we practiced this a little bit yesterday because we knew.
Well,
we talked about it yesterday.
We discussed what we were
doing.
doing.
Conversation, and then it went into a very...
We kind of fed into each other.
For like an hour.
Mm-hmm. We were getting ready because we
were waiting for the girls. We had to make up time.
We went on a double date last night.
Yeah.
With the ladies.
It was fun.
It was a good time.
Continue. You started on Sega.
Mm-hmm.
Started in 1998.
Is that what it was?
I don't know. Sega came out before 98.
Either way, I played that Sonic Pinball.
Oh, fire. I played that on the GameCube. Or the PlayStation... GameCube.
When it had the throwback collection.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It was so good. And then I moved on to the GameCube, which I had for a very long time.
I had GameCube until college.
Very long time. We played it when we first met, yep.
Super Strikers. You sound like
great
a gay
game.
couple when you say that.
Yeah, that's alright. How about you? And then we can move into the streaming portion and how we met. And
oh, okay.
Or you can introduce yourself, and then we can do how we met.
I'm Frankie, or BambooBish. Bish, Bamboo, BB, whatever they use on Twitch. Baby.
Hey, boo-boo.
First game I played. First one I remember playing was that like Sesame Street one. There was like an alphabet swimming portion with Elmo or Ernie, I don't remember, but you were like swimming underwater trying to get all the letters in the alphabet. Or like trying to spell out
Did you have to come back up if you
No,
you had breath? Swimming. You could just swim as long as you want? Wow.
Yeah, they gave you like a scuba mask and it made you able to swim.
Oh, you had like an oxygen tank and everything?
Yeah, you weren't like... It wasn't like an adventure game. You just chose a game and you did it. Or like you followed the story.
Mm-hmm.
In Toy Story on PlayStation.
Mm. No. What is that one you're talking about?
The first one. Where it was like an adventure. You would have to go around the house and
you had to find different like little jump spots.
Oh yeah.
My God.
That game was the most infuriating. I never got out of the backyard.
You never got to the backyard?
I couldn't get out of the backyard. And then I moved on to
grass, man. Some wild stuff.
I'd say between those two games, I started playing the Game Boy Advanced first. I started early with Super Mario Circuit and Pokemon Silver, the one with Lugia on it.
Yeah, and I started...
I still had it somewhere in my mom's house.
I actually shipped it to Peyton. She currently has all my Game Boys and stuff.
Nice.
But I started there with Gold, actually.
Nice. Alright, let me see. When did we start streaming? Why? Well, we started streaming at different times. I started streaming middle or beginning of junior year of college. No, I started streaming at the end of my senior year, or beginning of my senior year. Because an ex of mine, it was our way of communicating because I didn't text when I would play games, so I would stream so she could text me on my stream, and then I would respond to her that way.
Really?
Yeah. And then
while you were still in college, you streamed?
Yeah. It wasn't like serious streaming. It was just like broadcasting without a camera and everything. And then I got serious after I graduated.
That was with me.
Yes, that was I took that break for like 6 months and then got a camera for my PlayStation because I bought a PlayStation because I was streaming from an Xbox One. And then I bought the PlayStation from Trevor. Wildermoose.
The third member
on here at some point.
The third member of Botfield Park.
Yes. I bought the PlayStation from him so I could stream better or play games with them on PlayStation.
Did Michael have one too?
Yes, all four.
So everyone but you had a
PlayStation 4.
So you're the one left out. And it's not like right now that has so many cross-platform games.
Yes. Even Tim, my best friend back home, said, like, screw you, I'm buying a PlayStation 4. And he kept his Xbox One but only played his PlayStation 4.
Really?
So I bought the PlayStation 4. And then I bought a camera, and when I graduated, I started streaming more often. And then when we moved in together, or even before, like, the summer, we got super serious.
Yeah, so I started in, like, 2018, I think. So when I got my computer, because I graduated and got it for a present. It was my graduation present.
Then I started 2017 then.
I don't think we really started streaming together until
2019.
Yeah. It's like 2019.
Yeah.
I didn't know you streamed before though.
It was like every time I would play games, I didn't like tweet it or anything. I would just stream, and then if people would hop in, they would follow me. And then I streamed under a different account too.
Oh, it was a whole different account.
I think it was. I think it was under my Buddha17 email. Yeah. So now I stream under my current email, which I think I started when me and you got more serious.
Yeah.
When I first switched to, because what was I at first? I was I am Buddha17.
You were I am Buddha, then you switched to Sergeant Bing. No, you were at Raging Panda.
Yes,
I think that was the second one.
For a while.
I think that was the second one you were on, and then you went to Sergeant Bing.
Yeah. That one stayed for a while, and I think
you had that for a long time.
That's when I would get the most viewers.
Mm-hmm.
Is when I played Jump Force as Sergeant Bing.
That's where you kind of started, was Jump Force.
I want to get back to it, but the people who play it now are just so superior. Like, I couldn't even play casually right now. Like, even the main missions kick my ass.
Really?
Yeah, once you get to the hard missions, if you don't know your combos yet...
Oh, it kicks your ass.
Yeah. Because then you get to, like, these 2 final bosses, and they just bomb you.
I think the first thing I streamed was Fortnite.
100%.
But it was, like, laggy, and I couldn't figure out, and I finally kind of got situated. But the one I actually got, like, people hanging out watching me was Borderlands. When I was playing through Borderlands again because I wanted to beat it.
Have you noticed that it's always those random games where you get the most viewers?
Mm-hmm. I think I streamed beating Borderlands, the pre-sequel, and 2.
Yeah, because me and you started streaming together right after that. That's when we started streaming together. Because before that, I was just doing Fortnite, like, all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was when me, Trevor, and Michael were trying to get into the Trios tournament, which is when me and you made it to the Duos.
Into the Duos one?
Yeah, because I think me and you had enough points separately, and then we ended up both qualifying for, like, the Contender or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then when we tried to play in it, we got bopped.
We got shit on.
We both, like, solo qualified for Contenders.
Mm-hmm.
Or with, like, other teams. And then with each other, we were bopping people in arenas. And then got bopped the second the tournament started.
It really wasn't that fun. I didn't have a good time at all.
No, and you can always tell when you stop having a good time. You're just like, man.
You can tell when Frank and I, when we don't keep talking, or both of us are just like...
I think I'm going to start playing Fortnite with my controller, dude.
You're going to go back to sticks?
For Fortnite, yeah, I can't. I can't keep up with the build.
You've talked about it for Call of Duty, too.
No, Todd, I think I'm too comfortable now with.
With the mouse and keyboard?
Yeah, like, the aiming and movement, like, it's so convenient being able to, like, just click my stuff a little bit easier. The only reason I would go back to COD with sticks is if I bought, like, if I bought, like, a big controller.
Do you think you ever will? Do you think you'll get a PlayStation one? I don't know.
The Xbox ones are big, which I like, because, like, I have fat fingers, so it spreads it out.
Little chonkers.
Yes, and but they're so flimsy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I broke one because I got too mad and I, like, bent it and it cracked.
It cracked?
Yeah, like, the little charging portion went...
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I think I was playing Fortnite. It was like I was trying to do my first win. It took me about a year playing Fortnite to get my first win, even in solos.
Oh, Guy Gage, who lived down the hall,
mm-hmm.
for me, my senior year, has more wins on my account solo than I do. Still to this day.
I think I have 10 solo wins.
Really?
Yeah, that's it. That's the only reason why I wanted to back into Fortnite, so I can maybe get, like, 20 solo wins.
Just grind that out for a while.
Yeah. But I don't think I'll ever go back. I might try next season.
Well, talking about going back, how did we meet?
Was I going to the shower or were you?
I was first.
So when we got to college...
So our freshman year.
I was playing Time Flies or Mike Stud?
Yours?
Yeah, I was playing Mike Stud.
Yeah.
I was playing Mike now.
You ready?
Yeah, I was playing... I don't remember. It was probably Amanda Bynes because that was my shit back in the day. And Parker ran in and his towel and was like, are you listening to Mike Stud?
I was just like... I opened my door and I was about to walk in the shower and I just heard it and I was like...
Yeah, he was like, are you doing Mike Stud? And I was like, are you listening to Mike Stud? And I was like, yeah, do you listen to Mike Stud? No one else I know listens to him. And he was like, yeah, dude, that's dope. And he was like, my name's Parker. And I was
this
like,
half-naked Canadian he's never met before.
I was just like, all right, that's cool. I was like, well, I'm always playing music. My door's always open. And then, like, 2 days later, I was going to the shower in my towel, and I heard Time Flies coming out of his door.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, are you listening to Time Flies? And he was like, yeah. And he was like, did we just become friends? Yeah.
It was just, like, true love.
And then he was like, dude, are you doing a shower? And I was like, yeah. He was like, okay. And then he grabbed his towel, and he came and showered. Like, it was, like, 3 stalls. We always left the middle one. He always took the far, and I always took the inside.
We always left space.
Yeah, in case someone else wanted to join.
Mm-hmm.
And then we would just play music.
We never stopped.
No.
Like, all of freshman year.
Mm-mm.
Anytime, like, one of us would shower, like, we'd be like, Oh, is it time?
Is it that time in the week?
Oh my god, I'm so ready.
God, that was forever ago.
And then, so we
What was
lived.
your
So we lived 3 doors down from each other.
1.
You weren't right next door.
2 doors down. Sorry, we had Kyle and then you.
No, but I thought there was Booby, our freshman year, and
Oh,
then you,
it was
wasn't it?
Kyle.
Or was he after you?
Who? Booby?
The cross country dude. Was a cross country guy.
Not on our floor freshman year.
Uh huh. There was one other person.
There's Steven.
He was on the right side though.
There's one person on the other end of. Oh, I know the other gamer kid. It was. Oh yes, I know who you're talking about. I still follow him on Snapchat and stuff. Yes, he was on the other end of me.
He was on the other side.
He was across from
So it was
Steven.
2. Okay.
Yeah, so it was Kyle, me, and then Bobby.
Okay. Booby, Bobby,
And then to go to you, it was Kyle and then you.
and then Mitchell.
I basically lived in Parker's room. I just left my mess in my room, and I literally just stuffed it all under my bed for my roommate to not have to step on.
So my freshman year, I had 2 roommates. The first one moved out within the first week because he moved in with a different friend, and then the night of roommate switch, I was texting people because I hadn't heard anything at 6 o'clock, which was like the deadline and everything. I was like, hey, I haven't heard anything. I'm going to switch up the room. Can you come help? A few people came over and helped. And I made a bunk bed and everything that was mine was taking over the entire room. It was the easiest, greatest setup I've ever done. And then it was like 7 o'clock.
Dude,
I get an email. Hey, you have a new roommate.
Imagine if like we would have made friends before the roommate deadline.
For real.
Because that top bunk situation would have been great for me.
Mm-hmm.
Considering I always slept in your futon thing anyways, or your couch thing anyways.
Yeah. And we broke the seat that we sat in. But we had it set up so perfectly on the bed behind it that it was basically like a little
we
hammock.
like rested the top bar on the bottom like wood of the bunk.
Mm-hmm.
But Steven broke it. He like jerked himself up one day and pushed down with his arm when he stood up.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah, because both of us were on it, and then he blamed me immediately.
Mm.
He was like, Frank! And I was like, I wasn't even the one getting up. And everyone turned to me and they were
we continued to sit on it even though we knew it was broken for months, and then it finally snapped, but it landed on the back of the, like it landed
on the bed.
On the bed.
So
it was propped and didn't move. I'm like,
it was already pretty
sold.
propped from the beginning.
Yeah.
We used to just like have movie nights in there without Chad, and then Chad would come back and there was like 4 people in his bed.
Yep. Good times.
I used to love pissing him off.
And then the GameCube.
Oh god,
I had a GameCube.
I left mine at home, which I regret now because then I was like, oh, I don't ever play my GameCube, and I sold it.
Yeah.
And I had the Game Boy, like you could put Game Boy games in, attachment on the bottom. What was your fave GameCube game when we played?
Super Strikers is easily the best, but I think my favorite that we played together, yeah, Super Strikers is hands down.
We used to get so heated. You wouldn't hear a word from us for like 3 hours. It would just be constant shitting on each other. Once I learned how to play, it was more fun.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, it was just me wanting to play something else.
And I mean, I wasn't just like straight up kicking your ass, but
no. Once I started like scoring goals on my own, then you were like, "Oh, now I can play with them."
Mm-hmm.
And then I think I liked playing as Luigi the most.
I'm still a Yoshi bitch. I can't get away from Yoshi in that game.
Everyone talks shit about Luigi, but I love that green-hatted little man.
I do Yoshi and Toads.
Toads were fire. I liked Luigi, and who else was in Super Strikers?
They had the Berta, they had Cooper, they had...
I think I liked Cooper. The Trooper.
The green one? The green?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I like the Turtles and Luigi.
I mean, that makes sense.
Green. Yeah. What was your favorite game to play on the GameCube? When it, like, before?
Like, solo?
Yeah. I already know.
I honestly played Sonic Adventure Battle 2 way too much for 1. But I'm trying to think of...
Super Monkey Ball 1 and 2.
See, I never got into the Monkey Balls.
Oh, God, they were so much fun, dude. I always got stuck on the underwater maps.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I finally beat them, I couldn't get past the goddamn volcano.
Really?
I'm still in the volcano.
Hot and cold.
Yeah.
Damn.
The volcano map was like this upward spiraling thing that I could not get past.
Mm-hmm.
And the underwater maps were just a bunch of like really tight paths, and you had to go, whoa.
I'm trying to think of games that, like, I got stuck. And I couldn't get past it.
Almost everything I play.
There was
Except for COD.
one of the Dragon Ball Z, like,
Yep.
fighter, old school fighter ones for the
I
GameCube
couldn't get past Cell.
that I couldn't beat. Oh, it was the, oh god, Goku comes back and he's like dying against the androids.
Yeah.
I could not get past because my health kept going down and they'd combo me, and like I remember one time I got so mad I went and showered and got like turned it up really high so I couldn't get any hotter. I was like that mad.
No, which one was it? It was on the Xbox One. It was a Dragon Ball something fighter. Obviously.
Bundakai or
I don't remember. But I borrowed it from Mister.
Mhm.
Yes, his name is Mr. Dot. It's the coolest fucking name ever. Coolidge, yeah. We'll bleep that. He let me borrow it, and I just could not get past this fight with Cell. Cell, it was like one of the first bigger fights. So it was
it
the
like
fourth or
final
fifth fight in.
form Cell during the Cell games, or
No, it was him and his little Cell bitches.
like when he first showed up when he's ugly?
Yeah. No, when he had the cool looking hat.
Oh, the second form.
Yeah.
With the big lips.
No. He was muscular. I think it was his final
So
form.
it's final form then.
Yeah.
Where he had pecs and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't have the big tail trying to suck things.
No.
He hid it under
He
the
was
wings.
just beating my ass.
Yeah.
He was just clapping me. I could not keep up.
I actually still have the Cell games on my calendar in my phone.
Really?
Yeah, so yearly it pops up. It's like, start of the Cell games. Dun dun.
I never watched Dragon Ball, so I have no idea what any of that is.
That's really the only part I remember is because Peyton owns it. She owns like the Cell games on
Really?
DVD. Yeah.
No, see, I watched the original Dragon Ball. I got about, I'd say halfway. I wouldn't even say. I think I got about a quarter. He met his future wife. He met Chi-Chi. I got to that portion and like maybe 60 episodes past that. And then I just stopped. And then I started One Piece.
Great show.
And that's because me and you... So I didn't get into anime. Yeah, until... I'd say senior year of college. Not college, high school.
And this guy just hit the nail in the coffin.
Yeah. Everyone was talking about Naruto because the new games were coming out, and that's all my friends were playing. I was the only one who wasn't playing. Everyone else was playing Naruto, whatever, and I was playing NCAA Football 14 over and over again, just new characters. And then I was like, you know, I'm gonna watch anime. I'm gonna see if it's worth me even buying the game. And I got like finished Naruto quick, and then I got to Naruto Shippuden. That took me like 4 years to finish. Because then,
Is it because of fillers or?
No, because then I started watching other random ones. So before I met you, I didn't watch any mainstream ones. I watched whatever just popped up on Hulu or Netflix. So Blue Exorcist was one of the first ones I ever watched.
Oh, so now reading it like. Nice.
Reading
Okay.
it,
Okay.
yeah. Now we both read Well, he read manga.
I've been reading it since my senior year of college. Actually, is when I started like.
High school.
No, college is when I started collecting and like reading it.
I thought you had the books before, like when we
Mm-mm.
met. You just had the show.
Well, like I owned like a few individual ones when I was younger, but I don't really remember reading them as much as I started reading them when I got them. Because I own we both own a shit ton of.
He owns way more than I do. I only own 10 volumes of My Hero Academia.
Yeah, I have all the way up to 90. One Piece.
God, and there's 9. You only have up to 90?
The volume 90, yeah.
Volume
90, I think it's when Katakuri and Luffy.
Oh,
fight.
so you're like chapter 700.
Let's see. And then I have the first 3 chapters of Demon Slayer. Yeah, and the Rivera.
Yeah, so then when I moved in freshman year, I was still watching.
910.
That's amazing.
Because they're getting into Wano at the end of this.
Oh, that's amazing. What was I watching at the time? I think I was watching Naruto. And I was telling you about Blue Dragon because we were talking about like random animes. I think one day.
Watched.
And Blue Dragon is honestly one of my favorites. It got me started it in 8th grade. I didn't know it was an anime. I just thought it was a cartoon on Cartoon Network. But we were stealing our cable at the time. It was like bootlegged from our neighbors. So it was like some random area. And it was Toonami at like...
Oh, that's all you need.
At like 4 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So I was watching Blue Dragon and like all those shows in the middle of the afternoon. And I never knew they were animes. I don't remember what they were. I remember the Blue Dragon the most because I found it in high school, watched it all when I watched Naruto.
I don't think I've watched Blue Dragon.
It's on Hulu. They stopped after the 2nd season because people just stopped watching it.
That's fair.
They didn't get picked up well. But then I met him, and he saw me watching Naruto, and he's like, "Do you like the anime?" And I'm like, kinda. I thought it was weird at the time because I had only watched Naruto and Blue Exorcist. Which, I don't know if any of you watched Blue Exorcist. It's fucked up. First couple episodes, a lot of plot.
Always good to have plot.
And then he was like, "Let's watch One Piece." And I wasn't a big fan of One Piece until after Arlong Park.
That's where I got hooked too.
But even then, me and him we stopped talking for like, what, 2 years?
2.5, yeah.
Yeah, 2.5 years. And then I wasn't really watching the anime in between that point. I was just watching The Flash and like The Arrow and stuff like that. I think I watched...
You weren't even watching like My Hero?
No.
Oh, what?
No, I
didn't realize that.
My Hero right after we started talking again.
Oh, shit.
Because Michael Carroll, which is another friend of mine from college, and one of his fiance's friends growing up, me and him bonded over it, like our shows, because I was still watching Fairy Tail and stuff like that, because I was like, man, I really want Funimation, because I want to watch this. So I got Funimation for the first time before we started talking again. Binged Fairy Tail, binged Attack on Titan. And then I picked up a few One Piece episodes here and there. I didn't watch much without you. And then we started talking again within that point. And I just went full force into it. My Instagram, because we started sending each other like anime memes on Instagram.
And what also happened is he started to read it and started to watch it. I
didn't read until last year. Last January was the first time I ever read manga.
No, but because of me, you started to read it.
I flew through all of My Hero within a month. Caught up.
Yep.
I am completely caught up. Well, no, One Piece I kind of cheated. Because
yeah,
I read about 200 chapters.
You were like, I want to read it all the way through. Like, and not skip to where I am in the show. And then he got about, like he said, 200 chapters in, and he's like, I'm skipping ahead. I don't want to read all this again.
No, because I was like, I remember all of this. I don't remember, like, the smaller details. Like you
and then there's some arcs that are, like, kind of different at the start.
Yeah.
Just few variation things, but being not, like, as into it, you might not notice those.
And then I think I skipped to the whole cake arc. I skipped to the exact episode that I was on, and, like, the chapter I was on.
Right.
And just went through there.
Whole cake, man.
Yeah.
Feels like so long ago, but it's only like 100 chapters.
Yeah, but how many years ago was that?
2.
2 years ago?
Yeah. 3 maybe now when it started.
Yeah.
And this is the first time, like last year was the first time the Straw Hats were back together since LeBron was on the Heat and they've won 2. Or they won their first, I don't remember.
But speaking of One Piece, I know your favorite anime, but do you want to tell them your favorite anime and manga?
Well, now after hearing all of that, obviously my favorites are One Piece and One Piece. I don't know what it is. I just got into it when I was younger. I watched it when it was on 4Kids, which Sanji with a lollipop is
Instead
incredible.
of a cigarette, is hilarious.
Is incredible.
Don't they like fix boas here too?
They don't even get to Boa.
They don't.
They didn't even.
Do they fix Nami?
The last one they got to, I think, was Thriller Bark. Was the one they were going. Was the last arc they were going to do, but they never did it.
Oh, dude! Imagine Brooke asking for something that's not their panties.
What would it be? Because you can't make him pervy, or not make him. How do you not make him pervy?
May I see your underwear drawer or something like that? I don't know.
No, there's no way they would even let that be asked, right?
What would he ask
4Kids, they censored so much.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
That'll be.
It's a mystery.
Entertaining.
Enigma of the.
What would your favorite anime and manga be?
Oh, mine's My Hero and My Hero.
On both of them?
Oh yeah. Everyone would like. The anime community judges My Hero so much. If they're not like a My Hero fan, it's just like shitting on.
Mm-hmm.
Like nobody likes it. They think it's like childish.
Really?
Yeah, the anime onlys only think it's childish. They haven't seen My Hero Villain Academia animated yet.
Yeah, anime and manga communities are toxic and weird and.
Which I thrive off some days, but some days I'm just like, you guys are annoying.
Frank likes to fuel the fire.
Yeah. If there's a professional's devil advocate, it's me. All right. Do we want to skip the other two on there?
We can do that. You want to just jump into BFP, Bothfield Park?
Do you want to talk about our other two? You want to fly through those?
The other two, favorite sport,
Yeah.
and then the food to make it or order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see if we go on tangents here.
You don't have to ask. Just go, Daddy-o.
Oh, okay. Well, I think you know my favorite sport.
Basketball, of course. Cricket.
I was beating their asses with the cricket bat and Dying Light yesterday.
Dying Light is so much fun. But obviously it's football. That would be your top sport.
My favorite sport to play is definitely football.
But to watch is baseball.
To watch is baseball.
I can get behind that. Are you saying like going to games is better than sitting at home watching?
For baseball?
Yeah.
Or for football?
Either or.
I've never been to a professional football game.
I don't think I have either.
If the Colts come out here this season, I think I might get Bears Colts tickets.
Oh, if the Bears come out
I've
here?
never been to a Bears game.
If you mean out here, the
Yeah.
Bears, that might be fun.
I was trying to like holding off. I wanted my first Bears game to be at Soldier Field, but since I went to that
Right.
Coldplay concert and got into the locker room.
Oh, you got all the feels you need in there.
Oh, dude, I cried on 50-yard line.
I love it.
I went to the middle of the field and was like,
Just a moment.
because I'd been to Soldier Field like plenty of times because I lived in Chicago. My friends and I would like ride our longboards around the city on Lakeshore Drive and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And we would go like up to the stadium and ride around the parking lot or like whatever was unlocked. Never got in. I finally got in, and then we were all the way up in the nosebleeds, and I was ecstatic to even be in the nosebleeds. But my mom's friend was a big Coldplay fan, and he got floor seats, like on the
Tickets and all that.
Yeah.
Damn.
So he like came up, knocked a band on both of us, and then walked us both right past this security guard with no we didn't even have our bands yet. He stole them out of his pocket on our way past. And then slapped them on us. They didn't even check us for our bands.
Wow.
They just checked him, and he like held both of our hands, and walked us in. And then, it was such a good night. I was so drunk though. Because once I hit the 50-yard line, I was like, dude, screw it. I'm spending all of my money here. I was just sitting, like, the thing was, though, we were jumping seat to seat.
Making your way up?
No, because, like, people would walk up, and we were like, oh, we were just resting our feet, sorry, and we would just, like, start walking around.
Mm-hmm.
And then we would find another seat and sit there. I'm not even a Coldplay fan, but it was such a good night. How'd we get there, Dad? Oh, we're talking about favorite sport.
We're talking about favorite sport.
What's your favorite sport?
I think the play is definitely basketball. Not that I can really do much
You're so
anymore.
athletic at basketball.
But to watch, I love baseball. Being there is fun. I like being at the games. Being able to watch at home is easy because you can go do whatever you need to do during commercials and whatnot.
If the Cubs have, I think they're doing 30% capacity, and if the tickets are ridiculous, there's no one for some.
That'd be cool.
We can drive out. That'd be fire.
That'd be lots of fun.
Boys, we can fuck the girls. They're not going to enjoy getting drunk at the ballpark as much as we are.
You're getting drunk?
At the ballpark, yeah.
I don't usually get drunk at the ballpark.
Oh, I always do. Dude, I'm one of those, like, Cubs fans that's usually, like,
Drunk
fourth
yelling
inning.
at the other fans?
No, fourth inning making friends with everyone around me.
Uh-huh.
And just talking to everybody I can.
You're a woo.
I'm a woo.
You're a little woo-woo.
Or I'm sitting there with Adam and we're just analyzing everything going on, trying to be coaches from the sideline. Like, I'm sitting here like this with my beer and he's sitting there with his beer. And we're yelling over my mom.
Mm-hmm.
Because she always sits in the middle. Because me and Adam are both big guys and we don't want to rub lights the entire time.
It's hot.
Yeah. He just jealous, just, you know.
Ooh.
And we'll just yell about, like, plays. We're like, why do we keep him? Or, like, we'll talk about Baez for, like, a half hour. Because, like, he'll make a great play, but then he'll go to bat. And, like, you can see him looking up and still swing, like, missing the ball completely.
Oh, yeah. He's like, this one's going to the moon, and then he
misses
realizes it's behind him.
Oh, yeah. And then it's our favorite thing to just look at him and just... Because, like, you can't sell him because he doesn't even look when he catches it. He just...
Uh-huh.
And tags him, and he's just like, I got you.
Right. Those plays are phenomenal.
It makes me cry. I told all my coworkers about peeing on Busch Stadium.
What's your favorite snack inside the stadium? Like, what is your go-to ballpark snack?
Peanuts.
Peanuts? Just straight peanuts?
Or Cracker Jack. My
Peanuts
problem is
are good.
I like the peanuts while I'm drinking.
Mm.
But before I start drinking seriously, it's usually like a hot dog.
Nice. I don't know why, but I'm a real nachos guy, I think.
So is my mom.
I think it's the cheese.
She's a real nachos
It's the
guy.
cheese.
She always eats like all the jalapenos and then gets too hot and then leaves me like 4 so I can...
Nice.
Yeah. But you said your favorite sport to play was basketball too? Oh God, I used to play against him in basketball and I was a real fat kid when we first met. I was like 270, 80 pounds. I was on my way to 300 at the time.
I don't think he was that big when we played, though.
Yeah, mid-season I was 250, 260.
I don't know, but it didn't go well for Frank.
No, he crossed me over and I fell down.
Well, we were practicing, like, driving down the lane with a little pressure.
Yeah, for some reason we were like, let's just practice playing basketball.
We were just, like, fucking around.
Because we were playing against everybody, like, it was a thing freshman year to go play basketball in the Perk, which was our gym.
And then intramural sports just sucks. It's a horrible don't.
So we would just play, like, pickup games with everybody.
Yeah.
One person would touch one person, it would end up being, like, 30 people there.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'd have to play in the soccer.
We live in Indiana, you know. Hoosier State.
Yeah, nobody has any
Manchester.
But he crossed me up while we were practicing once, and I just plopped my butt on the ground.
Oh, we were going down the left side, and
Which
I remember pulling back this way, and he just went, boop, over.
Yeah, I think we had people with us, too. I think we had Hunter and Brandy with us.
Yeah. It was fun.
It was not fun. I'm better now, though. I think. I'm more athletic than I was. My knees will hurt afterwards, but I'm more athletic.
Oh, knees will definitely hurt afterwards. There's no denying
Me and
that.
Ozzy... I think the last time I played basketball was with Ozzy 2 summers ago, or last summer.
I've
2 summers ago.
I've kind of played with Mitch a couple times, but I never actually, like, played. I just shot around.
When we always... Across from Ozzy's mom's house was this church that had, like, 2 basketball hoops.
Mm-hmm.
So people would just like, let's play basketball. And it would turn into pickup games.
Really?
And then every Tuesday, Thursday, or like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or I think every night at one point, especially during the summer, at 5 p.m. they would have picked up like 3v3 tournaments.
That'd be dope.
So we would just, when I would get off of work, we would go play a pickup tournament.
That's pretty sweet. Sweet.
Yeah, I still can't shoot, but I love passing the ball.
Oh, I could shoot sometimes, but I was more of a playmaker than anything else.
I liked holding the ball, trying to distract them, driving one way, and just passing it backwards.
And then I was a pain in the ass on defense.
Yeah, fuck
That was me.
Yeah.
So I was all up in the face.
He was always in my face.
And then I would just be like, I have you in the middle of the chest.
And I'm one of those ones where if it's not like a serious game, like I just start laughing and I lose my stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm worse when it's like pickup games and when it's like a real game.
I think because
Like high school
the
games?
energy pickup games is so different. It's so uncontained.
Oh my god, though, but like the church ones would get so rowdy. Like we played shirts versus skins.
Uh-huh.
And like, you know, always tell the hype people because they would always be like, "We're skins!" And they would just take off their shirts.
Mm-hmm.
And me and Ozzy, when we would get to skins, we would always just like look at each other and be like, "We're just gonna wave our titties everywhere."
You guys, you sure you want to do this?
Oh no, we did it no problem, but we just looked at each other like, well, at least we both have tits. Yeah. Ozzy's like you though. He likes to be a playmaker and then just shoot random threes though.
Really?
Yeah. I like sitting in the corner and waiting for the ball.
Mine's more of a, I get it on like the swing pass,
Mm-hmm.
and I do a head fake and I jump, and then there's a one dribble, jump shot from inside the three, or I used to be able to hit a three or two every now and again, but you know.
I like the left arc. That's left
Left
arch.
angle?
Yeah.
Do you ever call for banks
No.
when they're ahead? Just see if they're open?
I just shoot.
Are they closed a lot, or?
They're always closed. My shots are never in. I hit a 3 like 1 every 3 shots. And then I'll do like a 1 layup every 7 tries.
You'll miss one every 7?
No, I made 1 every 7. Especially if I
Is
have
that
to drive.
just left-handed or both?
I think I'm a little more athletic with my right hand.
Are you?
If I drive
So
only
you can
right,
you can maybe do it 2. Is this no pressure or full pressure?
full pressure.
Full pressure. Okay.
Everybody always does full pressure.
Okay, so I'd say one.
I'd say
one
1
for 7 sounds.
1
good.
for 7.
I think I could go.
No
3
pressure,
for-
I say 3 for 7.
3 for 7.
That pressure
Yeah,
sometimes helps with
I
balance.
definitely miss one. I definitely miss one.
I never was able to get that like going under and like coming back over the top. I can never get the spin right. Because I can't use my left hand.
Oh, like on a reverse.
Yeah, because I can't use my left hand to do it.
Well, and I mean, if you try to do it with your right one, if you spin it this way, it's going that way.
So I have to like come up and spin this way. I have to like pull my hand back.
That's when you Dr. J it up.
Do you see these things? I can palm a basketball, but I can't like do anything with it.
Mm-hmm.
Because my hands are so small. I just have strong fingertips. Yeah. What's your favorite food to order?
To order
What was your favorite food post game?
post game.
Yeah. Since we were talking about athletics here earlier.
I mean, really depends. If it's a baseball weekend, you know, you got those multiple games. We always got the chocolate milk, the raspberries, cheese, string cheese, and sun chips. Those were like that's a go-to meal in between games.
Okay.
Light, easy, breezy, but
Oh no, we had way different childhoods. Your parents wanted you to be healthy.
yeah,
Well, at least healthier.
it was during sports when that would kind of happen. I guess after games, smoothies always tasted the best of any sort. So like, there was this place called Booster Juice in Canada that I'd go to all the time. Yeah, I didn't think you'd. It's
Yeah,
Canadian.
No
eh?
idea.
It's Canadian, eh?
Hey.
But that's where I'd like to go because they also had this little like treat that goes with it, and it's like a chocolate, protein, banana sort of,
Yeah.
and it's called a Funky Monkey. Canada, what a place, right?
Oh my god. Yeah, your snacks were way different. So
Craft dinner. You want to talk about KD and mac and cheese?
Let me see. My post game was always like, depending on the season. If it was like basketball or winter sports, it was always like McDonald's or something. That's what my mom would pick up. But if it was a baseball tournament, which I didn't have many, my mom would pack PB&Js.
Oh, we would do monkey sandwiches.
What are those?
Peanut butter, sliced bananas.
Oh, that's delicious. But we would also always do after game. We had a free hot dog for every player.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd always get a hot dog and a ring pop on an RC.
Oh, okay.
Because then we would walk back from my base back to like our apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Football, they always had the concession stand, and it was always a mix. During the fall, the elote man would come around all the time. So we'd always get the pork rinds
Mm-hmm.
and an elote, and it was like $5. And we'd always get the big cups.
Always the big ones?
Always the big ones.
Is
And
it just because better deal or more the merrier?
no more the merrier.
Alright.
And it's always better in the city.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've gotten elotes everywhere else, and they're always better in city versus out of city. But then summer and like spring football was always pizza. Like they always had dollar slice pizza. From like Pizza Nova or something. They would get one and then fill the concessions with it.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, there was pizza. They had hot dogs, but they were never as good as the baseball season ones. Because baseball season just hits different. Did you ever chew on stuff when you played? Did you ever put gum in your mouth or like seeds when you were
Seeds constantly.
Oh my god.
My back right pocket was always full of seeds.
When I pitched, I had seeds.
The only time I didn't usually was when I was catching because I couldn't have it pushing up on my lips.
When I was outfield, I definitely had like a big bag, like the zip bag in my stuffed in my pants because I never did anything. That was right field. Because my mom was like, I played right field and you don't do anything else but throw the ball. So.
Yeah, I'd say my main two positions were catching and then the outfield. I could play either of those. I usually would be center because I like to yell at my teammates for fun and communicate with them because I get bored in the outfield.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I always got bored. I played second and right field until I got older.
Jimmy, you're going to catch this one for me? No! Please!
God. No, my teammates never yelled. I did dislocate my shoulder in outfield once I dove for a ball. My mom didn't believe me. She was like, you're fine. It's just a stinger. And we went to the doctor like 3 days later. And they're like, yeah, we can't put it back in place. It's still swollen.
I separated mine at a football practice 3 months. Or it might have been a week or a month later. I was like, Mom, my shoulder still hurts. Like, and they were telling me, no, just ibuprofen, ice it. It was like a grade 2 or grade 3 separation.
I dove like this to try to catch the ball. And the way I landed, it just like...
Let's try Odell.
Yeah.
Did you catch it at least?
No.
Damn. It would have been a lot cooler if you caught it.
No, I dove forward for the ball, but I was outstretched like this, and the way I landed, my shoulder hit first. Up. Yeah, but my head was blocking here, so I did this and blocked my shoulder, and my hand still kept going. And then... God. I had so many injuries. I always had seeds in my pocket, though, when I pitched.
When you pitched, you did? I didn't pitch very often.
Did you swallow the whole seed? My mom was one of those people who chewed the seed.
When I was younger, my sister actually and I would just like...
It always hurt my throat. We would
chew it and like get the seasoning, and we'd spit it out.
That's what I did when I pitched. I didn't swallow it while I pitched.
I just would get the middle. I'd break out, obviously, the middle piece and spit out the seed.
When I would get nervous, I would, because that was my way of distracting myself, is I would focus on chewing out the seed, which is why I put them in my mouth. But I didn't take like a little bit. I took like...
Oh, I had
enough for an inning or two.
I had a glob in there.
Especially with the way I pitched, we would be out there for a few go rounds. Because I was either hitting somebody.
You were a beamer.
Because I always tried to like get inside. Because if I put it outside, you were gonna hit it. And because I always threw two seam like naturally. I always just did this.
Always had that.
I always did that.
You mean a screwball?
No, two seam. We pronate when you have the two seam hold. You turn around like that.
It's a screwball once you go in.
They always told me that was a two seam.
Well, a two seam is just when you hold it like that and it gets that tail.
Well, I always threw screwballs naturally because I always pronated.
Well, that's probably why it had more kick out to the right.
That makes so much more sense.
Yeah.
My coaches told me wrong my entire life.
Yeah, like the two seam is just the grip.
And then the
whip itself, that's what makes it the screwball because you got that flick, right? Yeah. Compared to the downward of it.
I never had the downward.
You always had a natural flick to it.
So like that's why I do it in curve sucked for me because I always wanted to come around.
I could never throw a curveball until my senior year.
Oh, I learned
how bad I was at pitching.
I learned how to do it when I dislocated my shoulder or elbow.
Really?
That's when I dislocated my elbow.
The first time you threw one?
The first time I started getting them consistently. It was middle of tryouts. I'd been practicing for months because I had to do the beginning hold where you do it like this and let it roll off. Uh-huh. Because I was still trying to like come around. I had to like snap my hand down when I would hurt.
Oh, you'd have to like come all the way?
Mm-hmm. Ah. Because if not, I naturally wanted to do this, and my coach really wanted me to learn a curveball.
Oh.
Okay. So since my hands always did this when I came around, he was like, you gotta like snap to come around. So when I would come forward, I would like force my arm out. But I had to throw up here.
Really?
So when I would come down, I was like trying to really focus on that. So I like twisting my elbow midair.
Ouch.
I came down in tryouts and all you heard was, and
You
I
just
just
heard it popping.
I let go of the ball like here. My arm just flopped,
Uh-huh.
and the ball went straight up. My trainer was also our baseball coach, and he went, "Yeah, I don't think you're playing." I was like, what?
Sorry to tell you, but this is it for you.
I was like, I've been working on my form, my angle off the mound, and everything for months. Soon as football was over, that's what I went into.
Really?
Yeah, even during wrestling practice, or like after wrestling practice, I would go and try and practice pitching. Because I was like, I'm not playing infield or outfield ever again. I do not want to run.
When I got hit from behind in hockey, in I think it was 9th grade, when that happened. I was in a neck brace for 2 or 3 weeks, I think, and I was told not to do any physical activity.
Did you play basketball, didn't you?
No, I didn't do the tryouts or anything, but I'm just in my head I thought, no, I'm not allowed to play like actual sports. They meant I probably wasn't supposed to do anything. I played bump and everything constantly.
What's bump?
Like where you're in a line, first person shoots, and if the person behind you hits before you, you're out.
Oh, I don't know.
Knockout.
Knockout.
Yeah. That might be Canadian call. But I did that. I didn't have to try out for the team. I was like, obviously, I can't do this. And he's like, well, I know what you can do. You're going to be on the team. I'm like, okay, Dad.
Okay.
But I just remember the neck brace, the being injured with it, and still wanting to do something and be involved with it. Like, I was taking free throws when they were running drills on the other side of it.
No, I was always that kid that when I got hurt during, like, I would be around during practice.
Mm-hmm.
But then as I got older, I always got distracted by the cheerleaders.
That's fair.
Oh, I used to get in so much trouble because
you were over there not paying attention.
And it was always the coach's daughter that I would end up hitting it off with, or like one of the coach's daughters.
On purpose?
No. It would just be the one. So like 8th grade when I moved from Chicago, they didn't even ask me to try out for the team because the team that I was on was already well known throughout the like not the travel teams, but the regular like just pay to sign up.
Right.
Yeah. And our team was well known because we hadn't lost in 6 years at that time, and that we had to start practicing against the travel teams because we were getting so bored playing against other people.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So my coach had to start like paying to like have us play against these like bigger teams, and they like we were considering turning into one of those programs because those programs are like feeders for the high schools, which we were already starting to feed Mount Carmel, which is where Donovan McNabb went.
Oh, really?
And St. Rita, which is where one of my best friends growing up, his older brother went, and he played for the Rangers in AA or Single A.
Oh, dope.
Yeah. But when I came out, they didn't have me try out, so I got this really big ego because I immediately was a starter, and everybody else around me sucked. I hated them. There was like 4 really good kids, and I was so excited to play with them, and that was it.
That was it.
Tim was on the team. I took his spot first day. He was so pissed. He was like, I quit last year, and he said I had to start if I came back. And I was like, sorry, kid. I don't even know you. And then after that, we were best friends. He followed me around. He was like, what makes you so much better? And then we just practiced, and I helped him do better.
Nice.
Yeah. But I got caught in the middle of practice because I got hit in the back again. And I like had nerve pain. Was at the cheerleaders' practice talking to one of the girls, and her dad was the coach of the younger kids who practiced by the cheerleaders. And he was like, hey, aren't you with the varsity? And I was like, yeah. He was like, what are you doing? I was like, going to the bathroom. He was like, that doesn't look like you're going to the bathroom. I was like, I got distracted.
Busted.
And then he yelled at her, and he was like, we're going to talk when we get home. And I was like, oh, shit. And then we were done a day, and he ruined it at a party because there was like the celebration for, I think we got 4th place, so they were celebrating for 4th place.
Let's go.
Pissed me off.
Opted just at 4th. It's fine.
I hated getting anything less than 3rd.
Less than 3rd?
Yeah, I wanted to be a placer. I didn't want the participation trophy.
That's fair.
Everyone was like, yeah. we weren't last. And I was like,
We did it!
I was like, what? They're like, we had a winning record. And I was like, we didn't. There's other teams still playing. We're done. I was having a shit time. But me and her started dating there, like at that party. And then he was like, I really liked you. And she immediately wanted to not date me. And I was like, are you kidding me?
Damn it, Bobby.
So, this was 8th grade though, so it would have been
that's fine.
You hold hands for a week and then you're done.
Yeah. Some guy said something to her and you didn't do anything and she's crying in the bathroom. You're like...
Or you're passing notes to each other from across the lunchroom instead of actually talking to each other. I don't miss 8th grade dating.
No, I don't really miss...
That's how you asked each other out too, or you'd like go and try and
check the box.
Yeah. Oh, God. Did you ever do one of those?
Yeah.
Did you ever get them back?
No.
Me either.
I don't think they ever responded.
I think they always knew what it was and they would walk away.
Old school ghosting.
Yeah.
Should that be a different name because it's notes?
Good.
Like it's paper or something.
They,
Gone with the wind.
they were gone with the wind. I don't have anything for it yet. We'll come up with it. Future episode.
There's something there.
We'll come up with a term. I'm trying to think about the other.
What?
Did you ever use like MySpace to ever ask anyone out, or like Facebook?
No, I didn't. I didn't have MySpace. The first social media I had was Facebook.
I asked a girl on my MySpace right before I moved in 7th grade, and then deleted it.
Did you have MSN messaging?
No.
You didn't have that. That's what I used in middle school.
No, I used the. Is that the AOL messaging? The IM messaging.
I think it's the same. Might be. I don't know.
I used that with my family, but no friends. I think I had a couple of friends I used it on from the city.
From the city.
Because this was right after we moved. I just sat on the balcony and would read Harry Potter for hours.
Very nice.
Over and over again. I think I read the 4th book like 5 times.
Yeah, I haven't read it anymore.
Yeah, I know. It's sad.
I've read through a bunch of those once or twice to refuel and reread things. I read One Piece too much.
Yes. No. Yeah, you reread the chapters. I don't. I reread My Hero though. I'm not gonna lie. I just looked at the art. I'm waiting for like
if you missed anything and details in the art.
Yeah. I'm looking for a screen or like a shot of the manga that I want tattooed on my arm because I think I want the manga like panels on me. And then I'm gonna do My Hero, and then I think for One Piece, I think I'm gonna do Kaido's scales
Down the arm.
on my shoulder.
That'd be dope.
Yeah. Oh, Naruto, I'm gonna do the headband. I think.
Nice.
Or Obito's mask.
Oh, that'd be fire.
I think it'd be dope. Especially with his eyes like lit up. I think I was just gonna do like this portion, so it's just the eyes. But then you can clearly tell it's the mask in the background.
That'd be cool.
Right. All right. What is BFP? What are we?
Who are we?
Well, we're
That's
Botfield
right,
Park.
Sarge.
That's
what are we?
What is Botfield Park?
Botfield Park is...
Do we do according to our Instagram and Twitters? Our Twitter handle thing? Our bios?
What?
We're just a couple of dweebs trying to share fun playing video games.
Yeah. Trying to create a community of people.
Yeah.
Give them a place where they feel,
All unique individuals who are a little bit different.
Yeah, and they feel like they can come hang out and
Bye,
not
bye.
feel... Bye, buddy.
Go get cuddles from one of the girls.
So I'm tired of you guys talking.
Yeah. He's tired of the lighting. Yeah, we're just a gaming collective. We don't even necessarily have to be gaming.
No, there's so much more outside of that, too.
We're just a content collective. I like using the word collective.
Collective?
Yeah, I don't know why.
That's just the go-to for you right now?
Right now it is. It'll probably change. I feel more professional.
He's just lobbing away.
Someone's thirsty.
He's a thirsty bitch. But, we kind of came up with this idea because I didn't know Frank was streaming before, but I started streaming, starting to get into it a little bit more, and I was like, Frank, I think this is something we can do together. I think we can. Well, we both put out a decent quality of gaming, because sometimes we look like we know what we're doing.
Yeah, it kind of started as the because we were getting in the tournament scene for Fortnite for a little bit, So we kind of wanted to,
Mhm.
like, maybe get our names out there in that scene. But then we realized that we weren't necessarily just a tournament team or duo. Because, like, we do a bunch of different games.
And we
I don't
play
know
with a lot of different people.
Yeah, and if anybody has seen us from streams, you notice our personalities are very different.
Mhm.
Like, I'm definitely the toxic screamer,
Yeah.
and then Parker's just the content there.
I
He's our
just go
happy-go-lucky
for it.
guy until he gets really mad that we're losing.
Mm-hmm. It's tough sometimes.
And then we have Trevor, who's Wildermoose on Twitch.
Yeah, our third member we added.
He's a little different though, because he's also a pharmacy student, so he's really busy.
Mm-hmm.
But he's our Minecraft dude.
And we're trying to create something here and branch out with other creators at some point because we want to, I don't know,
Yeah.
turn Botfield Park into something that other people can use. And
Because there's all these like places, like, I don't want to be like Phase or Optic, but like they're starting to branch out into content. But like
mm-hmm.
they all started with tournament scenes. What if we start out with content? We just want to be entertaining for everybody.
Because there's not much entertainment going on, you know.
No, it's all tournament.
Everyone's locked in and
frying other butt cheeks.
mm-hmm.
We're getting our butt cheeks fried for
Yeah.
your entertainment.
They're aggressively average. That's where we live.
Yeah. We'll do really well for the first two games in the tournament. Get booped.
Not necessarily the first two. We'll probably get booped and then we'll fry and then we get booped.
Yeah, we fry in the losers bracket, did all the way to the end, and then get fried by the winners of the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
It happened to us twice.
We're almost in the money once.
One day.
One day we'll get to the grotto.
How did we start, though? How did we come up with our name? Do you remember? I remember you said we were talking about zoos.
We've been talking about creating a zoo of the different members.
Because I don't know if you've seen our logos, or even our names in general. He's PorksDork, and I am a BambooBish, and my logo is a panda.
Mm-hmm.
Trevor is going to be a moose with a giant rat and a teeny tiny body. I think I'm going to do the giant rat. I think I'm going to do a solo head icon for his first, and then
Nice.
we'll add more.
And
I think...
I was talking about how we're like kind of bots. Like that's kind of the go-to thing of people who suck or aren't real. They're bots.
You said something about bots, and then the first thing I came up with was Bot Brigade.
Yeah, we were initially going with the Bot Brigade, which is actually our Discord.
Yes.
Links and shit will be
In.
down low.
Yeah. And then I remembered Lincoln Park Zoo. I don't remember how we got to Botfield. Oh, Brookfield. I tried to base everything off of the Chicago zoos.
Mm-hmm.
So the Botfield came from Brookfield, and then Park.
We initially had
Lincoln Park.
Botfield Farms.
Yes, because I was still talking about
Mm-hmm.
Brookfield Zoo, and I was like, we can do like Botfield something. And you said Botfield Farms, and that was a fire one.
That came out pretty nice. And then, like, it's kind of branched into a sports sort of thing.
I think we branched out because of your sister. I think we were like, well, she's not even an animal as her thing, but she could be our caretaker.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were like, well, do we want to be a farm or do we want to be something like where people can go and play? So we came up with the park.
Mm-hmm. And then in my head, Jurassic Park just plays, and I hear, "Welcome to Botfield Park." You know, like welcome to Jurassic Park.
And yeah, and you open the doors and you just see like a giant panda going
See a panda like, and you see a pig like on his back in the mud doing nothing.
Yeah.
It's gonna be amazing.
We have a moose you just see these giant antlers.
He's walking on 2 feet.
Do you think this is just giant moose and then he walks by with this big old head and this
Mm-hmm.
teeny tiny little body?
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll add more as long as the farther we go.
As we do with everything so far.
Yeah. What's our goal? Is it just to be...
And the goal of this podcast is kind of just to talk about different topics and different things that we've been talking about and we think are
entertaining and fun.
Entertaining and have interesting perspectives towards different things, because with this podcast we're hoping to have future episodes about like
maybe just some more interaction in our Discord with people who want to talk about
Mm-hmm.
stuff we've talked about.
And maybe some like we could go into like mental of us preparing for like sport games. We could go into our setups and gaming, and like there's a lot of different avenues we can go into, and I'm excited for what we have planned and hopefully have some future also content streamer creators on with us for the podcast and interview and have questions for them. And hopefully each episode we do gets better and we have good conversations and you get enjoyment out of the shit that we make.
Yeah. Hopefully this turns into a Spotify podcast no longer.
Yeah, we just have to figure out how to do some of that. I'm thinking it's not that difficult, but...
No, I think we just have to isolate the audio, wouldn't we?
Probably. Like, we can take all this, put it in Audacity, or do something.
Yeah, but that means you guys have to follow our YouTube so we can finally get this goal done.
Yeah, if we hit 50 subs for this, we'll keep going.
I think we're at 26, so we need 24 more.
24 more to go.
I know 24 people will find
Follow our
us entertaining.
socials, Botfield Park. Put them here at the end here. Hopefully going to have a logo done for the video.
Maybe, yes.
And we'll look at each other and, see you next time.
Yeah. Who would have thought?
Not me.
Okay.
Oh my god. We just talked for an hour though.
Yeah, that was definitely supposed to be 20 minutes.
We said 20 to
30.